You are now listening to or watching the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Yeah, and if you aren't, you can head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to us now. Or head on over to Drib on YouTube and watch the video version as well.
And if you'd like to stay up to date on when we're releasing a new episode or any other fun information about the podcast, you can give us a follow on Instagram at It Takes All Kinds Podcast and on Twitter at ITAK Podcast. That's ITAK Podcast.
Without saying much else, we hope you enjoy this episode. Ice cream's so good.
Hey!
Ice cream's so good.
Gavin, you gotta be feeling like a cowgirl. Mm-hmm.
Gang, gang.
Gang, gang.
Gang, gang.
Ice cream's so good. Ice cream's so good.
Gang,
Gang,
gang.
gang. I'm gonna...
Gang, gang,
You
bang.
got me feeling like a cowgirl. Gang, bang. Gavin, you want to make me want to blow my head off. Gang, gang. Ice cream's so good, yeah.
Forgot my pills this morning. Haha.
Gang, gang.
Gang, gang. Haha.
Forgot to take my blood thinners this morning. Gang, gang. Got me feeling like a cow. You got me feeling like a blood clot girl. Got me feeling like I got blood clots. Gang,
Mad
gang.
villain. Got my mustache. Mad villain.
You got me feeling like a SpongeBob. Gang, gang.
Guy.
Gavin, you got me feeling like I'm at Guantanamo Bay. Gang, gang. Gang, gang.
George Bush did not know
George
about
Bush
it.
painted a picture of me in Guantanamo Bay. Gang, gang.
George Bush has pictures of toddlers in his basement.
Ice cream. Gang, gang. I like ice cream.
Guys, it's the It Takes All Kinds podcast, episode 124. We're recording this on Tuesday, July 18th. You'll be hearing this on Friday, July 21st. And I do know that date for sure because that's the last date of my rotation this summer.
What have you been rotating?
Have you ever seen a vinyl player?
Get me feeling like I got a colostomy bag. You ever spin one
Ablation.
of those around?
Yeah. Ablation.
What does that mean?
Cardiac ablation.
Oh, okay. Gang, gang.
Gang, gang.
I got a blood clot in my brain.
Gastric bypass surgery.
Gang, gang.
Gang, gang.
You should start talking to your patients like that.
I think they'll get it.
Your patients.
Yeah.
And another episode of Dr. Gavin. You're going to have to need a lot of pills. You're going to need to take warfarin for the rest of your life. Gang, gang.
An INR has to go. You have to go in weekly. Gang, gang.
Weekly. You're going to need to take dialysis every day. Gang, gang.
Dialysis Monday, Thursday, Saturday. Gang, gang.
Ice cream's so good, but not for you. Gang, gang.
Gang, gang. You
'Cause
got
you
diabetes. You need an insulin shot every day. Gang, gang.
Ice cream's so good, not for you. Gang, gang.
So that's the future we're looking at right there.
That's
No,
pretty much-
honestly, that actually comes from
Go off.
TikTok. And I do want to delve. I'm going to write a whole essay on this.
Because I know you're pissed off about it.
Yeah, I'm livid.
If there's one thing,
I'm so mad.
If there's one thing Gavin hates more than TikTok, it's women working. Dude, just tell him, man.
Tell them how it is.
Gavin and I have been watching some Cobra Tate vids recently. We're getting in that grind set.
Yeah, we're on that grind set mindset. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty much kind of what we're. That's really what. If you never heard the
Aiden
show,
Ross. You ever heard Aiden Ross?
yeah, Elden Ross, Elden Ring,
Elden Ring.
Jake Ball,
Diablo 4.
Prime.
Right. Prime. We had Prime.
That's
I don't
good.
know if you saw
I
that,
almost
but
bought it the other day.
yeah, did you see that it actually has way more caffeine than what
Yeah,
people were thinking? It has like 6 cups of coffee or something like that, but
Well,
or like 6 cans of Coke, but a cup of coffee is like 3. So
and we can get into this later on, but probably not because it's not that interesting. But it's known that it has caffeine,
yeah.
but it's just the fact that like kids are so crazy about it that the FDA is like, wait a minute, is this marketed towards kids because that's got a lot of caffeine in it?
Yeah, I think
Which
that's
is
what it
like,
yeah.
man, when I was like
I mean, they also did
10 years old, I wanted to drink Monster so bad,
yeah, Mountain Dew.
and my parents just didn't let me. I had Mountain Dew.
No, I know, but it was me with Mountain
Dew doesn't- Mountain Boo Boo.
Mountain Boo.
It only has 66 milligrams. That probably has like 30, 20. Gang, gang.
20. Gang, gang.
How much?
Caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
It. I'm going crazy. I don't even see it.
Mountain Boo Boo. Let me just, dude. Are you gonna waste
Here.
our show with this? Here, toss it over here.
Oh, 41.
Yeah. See, Mountain Boo Boo doesn't have that much. Your parents are fucking insane for not letting you drink that, dude. Look how I turned out. This is 13 years of being forced to drink diet soda. So if you want to put your kids, if you want to make your kids eat portion size and force them into a
Pigeonhole.
pigeonhole of only eating reduced fat Cheez-Its and drinking diet warm soda. The warm part wasn't like that wasn't necessary.
You
It just
and your
happened.
warm sodas.
I love them. I love
I-
the warm.
I love
put
the warm sodas.
I put a can of Coke in the microwave for 2 minutes, and it feels
Let it
great.
marinate. I let it marinate, folks.
No, I've talked about my eating issues before and why I'll always be the fat kid for the rest of my life. I'm still wearing husky jeans to this day. Still shop at the big and tall section. They tell me I don't need to.
You know, it's funny. They
No,
my mom accidentally bought me a pair of husky shorts once. I never
wonder
wore
what that
those
would be
shorts.
like to get to have them accidentally bought for you.
See, we
Wonder
just
what-
shopped in
wonder
like
what
the
that would be
normal.
like.
We just shopped in like the normal section.
Normal, huh?
Yeah. So
I had to. I don't even really know if I had to. It was just like, I don't know. Maybe it was
we
like
had the opposite effect. My mom was like, "How do we put fat on these kids?"
it was like my mom sneak dissing me. She was like, "Yeah, you have." I was like, "Mom, can I just buy regular jeans?" She was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?
You're crazy.
You're huge."
You're massive.
No, not even that big. No, you're massive. You are
Your waist
so,
is huge.
You're so fucking big, dude. Jesus Christ.
Your mom said that to you?
She's gaslighting me in JCPenney because that's where I would buy the husky jeans at. That was rain. Anyway, so today, folks, we're back together. I didn't even mention that. We're back.
Yeah.
We're back in
How was your
person again.
vacation? Did you enjoy your vacation?
It was good. I brought you a gift, and
Vacation station.
I brought a gift for
The show.
the show to enjoy,
Uh-huh.
which we'll get to in a minute. We're gonna also be talking about the SAG-AFTRA strike, which just started. And then we just got some fun clips to share.
Yeah.
Some news-oriented clips. Next door drama. What you listening to? The usual.
I actually had
Shit.
I had a kind of like
Reese's.
a next door drama event on Instagram.
Let's hear it. I'm ready for it.
So this was, I think, the original.
I started your timer.
Yeah,
You got
the
5
original
minutes.
post was St. Louis drivers really are among the worst in the U.S. Study finds. That was posted to the Riverfront Times,
Okay. Heard of it.
and someone said,
Local newspaper for those who don't know.
yeah, local newspaper of St. Louis area.
Yep.
So this person said, it's because they're not forced to take driver's ed like the rest of America. They said, RRR, America.
America.
Then someone said, that has absolutely nothing to do with it. I got my license the day I turned 14 in KC. Been driving it my entire life with 0 wrecks and tickets. I get a 30% discount on my insurance for perfect driving. I was forced to take driver's ed at 16, 2 years after I got my license. Because we moved to Illinois and anyone under 18 is required to have it. My teacher was amazed at how well I drove. She didn't believe me when I told her I've been working and driving. When I told her I've been working and driving for 2 years already, I got an A+ and even taught her how to parallel park better.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Oh, sorry. I have so much to say to that already.
Someone else replied, my, aren't you special? I guess because you came out of the womb a perfect driver, no one else could stand to benefit from driver's ed either. And then they said,
Imagine how angry that
Dude,
person was typing that. Oh my god. That's huge.
so this was a total next door moment.
Okay.
Certified next door
What was
moment.
that? What were you just doing there? Give me a high five?
Let's see. So it says, so they says, it doesn't take that much to be a responsible driver. Do the speed limit, yield for asshats who think they own the road, watch 10 cars in front of you because people are effing stupid, watch 10 cars behind you because of the same problem. Don't pull in front of tractor trailers. It takes them about 6 football fields to stop at 55. That 20 foot you give them will be the death of you if you can't stop. Watch for bikers in blind spots. They think the road is an off-road course. All of my friends got their license at 14 too. Millions of people in the KC area have. The difference is the education system, not being born with skills. Kansas has one of the absolute best education systems. When I moved to Illinois in 10th grade, I had 4 hours of study hall because of what I had earned for credits in 9th grade. In Kansas was more than sufficient enough to get me through than halfway through 10th grade in Illinois. It's beyond pathetic what isn't being taught here. The people are a perfect reflection of that and their driving skills. Oh, and then it was Gumbo. I was gonna screenshot the rest, but I was like, whatever.
So I'm searching up when did the age of getting a license change in Kansas City. She said Kansas or Kansas City?
Kansas. I think she said Kansas City. So I don't know if that's Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri. But if I'd be willing to guess, I think it was Kansas City, Kansas.
Because she did say Kansas.
Yeah, KS.
Yeah, I don't even know. I'm not even finding the answer because I don't think anywhere you can get a license at 14. So that had to have been a long ass time ago.
It probably was in the 70s.
And also the one thing that pissed me off.
No offense to people that are older than like 50.
No,
but like,
fuck you if you're old.
But like that's some old. That's you aren't seeing people driving at 14 anymore. People are always.
No,
my grandma was like. Oh, I remember driving. You know, my dad would have me drive up to the gas station at 14 in his truck.
Yeah, and
I'm
you
like,
didn't.
You couldn't even reach the gas pedals. Grandma.
And when you would get a license, you didn't have to go drive with a cop. You would just walk in and they'd be like, "Here you go." The one thing that she said.
This was before the interstate system too, probably.
This is before the internet.
This is before the internet.
One thing she said that really made me mad is that his whole point was they're not forced to take driver's ed.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I had to take driver's ed before I went to go to school in Illinois. It's like, you took it voluntarily. Why are you even, you're so, I need to comment on this post that I'm going to make a non-argument out of what this guy is saying. That's everybody on the Nextdoor app. That's everybody who's over the age of 40 who doesn't do anything with their life.
Yeah.
And they have two things going on, and so they have to find the littlest shit to get upset about.
And I ventured into the comment section here because typically this publication's pretty liberal. So I figured maybe it would be like a, oh, haha, kind of funny moment thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I was not expecting Nextdoor level type, like, just bullshit.
I guess it doesn't surprise me.
No.
Even if they are, you know.
And I'm willing to bet
liberal.
that person honestly has I know they have a Nextdoor account.
Yeah.
And I know they've made a post in St. Louis somewhere about it.
Oh, certainly.
And also, like, she's not even from, it sounds like she's not even from St. Louis, and she maybe still lives in Illinois. So it's like, why are you reading the New York Times, the Riverfront Times?
Because I want to stay in touch with what's going on
in Missouri, and I hated it there.
In Missouri, where I didn't live.
Where I didn't live and didn't have to take driver's ed.
But I did because I was going to Illinois, and you needed it there.
2 years after I got my license anyway.
After I turned the fucking fan off again.
I was wondering what that noise was. Here, I'll leave my headphones on.
Oh, could you get it for me? It might reach. You never know. Anyways. Yeah, so I'll just give. Let me put that. Oh, okay.
But it feels good down here with the fan on.
It feels great. It's going to feel real bad in about 10 minutes. So as Gavin mentioned, I got back from vacation. Not much to really talk about. It was still really rainy, which was kind of annoying.
Well, you did spend more days on the beach.
I spent a day. And it was like a few hours and it was like cloudy.
Yeah. You kept sending pictures of your toes to me. It was really weird.
You didn't catch that.
I mean, I didn't mind it.
You're supposed to send them back. You're supposed to send toe pictures back.
I mean, I didn't mind it, but, it's kind of weird, man.
Toes in the water, ass in the sand.
Is that what they say?
That's what the country song says.
Did you listen to a lot of country down there?
Oh yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there later.
I saw Hank.
You went Hank Williams there?
Did you see Jason Aldean release like a song where
he's
like, "You can't do that back in our town."
Yeah. That's good.
You can't be a minority in our town. Starring
also,
Jason Aldean.
My town is a population of 3 million people, and it's not really the suburbs either. It's Just a city.
It's actually Portland, Oregon. You can't do that in Portland. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Wait. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
Good old Jason Aldean. I thought about talking about that more, but I don't care to dive into it. Who cares? He's been a washed up
I was gonna say he's
musician
been washed up
since
since probably like 2010. He's awful.
when he was popular.
Yeah, exactly. When he was popular, just fucking terrible. Anybody who listens to that, and I still stand behind this. Beside this, I still stand by this. Music or like country music pre 2001 is tolerable.
It's
Music
good.
after 2001 is fucking awful. It's terrible.
Country music. You said
Country
music.
Sorry, country music.
Yeah.
Country music, and I'm calling it CUNTRY.
Mhm.
Country music.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't serving cunt. They are just being cunts.
You're serving it.
You're serving cunt.
You're serving country. Right now.
But yeah, no, it's just awful.
It's terrible.
And I like whenever people put it on, I'm like, this is the best background music of all time because I'm never gonna listen to any of this shit.
But I can't. It can't. It's too. I can't not hear it though. That's my problem. Like when it's on,
we
I'm
do
like,
things different
yeah.
around here.
You can't. Don't take your guns away.
But I do know there's a couple songs that I have associated that are post 2001, country music songs that I associate with good memories.
Okay.
Because we were like, there's country bars in St. Louis. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Never been to it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Would never go to them, but yeah.
If the whole friend group's going, you got to go. So I went.
You go to the Morgan Wallen concert?
No, I did not. I saw a post on TikTok about Morgan Wallen too, just saying like it's like, or maybe it was on Twitter of a TikTok, and it was just like, Morgan Wallen's never been more popular than he is now. 2 years after he was supposed to be canceled for saying the N-word.
Oh shit!
Because he did.
Yeah.
Like drunk in a parking lot.
Yeah.
So people are
I
there
think
was like a
I think a lot of people would be I think a lot of people would be surprised at how many people have said the N-word, and they also shouldn't be surprised. Like it's
yeah.
it's
well,
like
someone was like, "Wow, America is full of people that are still racist."
yeah, and it's like you're surprised by that.
Yeah,
and that was like this is like a podcast topic that I listened to like a long time ago, but it was when like the people were like CNN and everywhere was like, there's a clip reportedly of Trump saying the N-word.
yeah,
and it's like
teeing it
are
up,
you? I
but
mean,
they
are
were
you-
never showing it.
Are
Or
you
saying.
surprised by that? Or
Absolutely not.
a white guy who was born
Born
in the
in
60s, 50s, 40s.
I think he was born in the 40s.
Whatever. 90s. He's a 90s kid.
He's a millennial.
Are you surprised?
Folks.
Like, are you surprised by that? It's just like, I don't know.
I mean, because it's like there's
I'm not trying to downplay it,
Yeah,
but it's
but it's
like, yeah, are you?
the pictures in the history books from
Yeah.
the 60s of stand-ins and like white people being up, black
Right.
people doing sit-ins. Those are grandparents now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, your grandparents are teaching those kids. I'm not gonna say it. There's more I'd like to expand on that.
I don't even get what you were trying to say with that.
I don't either. Something about grandparents. No, how like that was your grandparents.
Yeah.
Like, how do you think that gets passed down?
Oh yeah, exactly.
You know, coming from firsthand knowledge of that.
Yeah,
That's what I was. That's what I wanted
that was
to
one
say.
of my favorites. One of my favorite Christmas topics. Not about the N-word, but it was about like who voted for this person. That was one of my all-time favorites.
Mine was about. Mine was about.
Well,
never mind. I can't.
no,
I don't
yeah.
want to even dive
Yeah,
into it, but yeah.
I think everybody has at least one Christmas conversation that's white person has a mildly racist. Sorry, not mildly, very racist conversation with family members.
And I'm not included in the conversation.
No, it's
I'm
like
just there.
Yeah, it's just like oh wow, this is happening, isn't it?
You're like, oh,
okay, cool.
oh, this is where it happens.
Yeah. this is where the revolution starts.
Oh, and all of these people are like working in the world.
Mm-hmm. Every day.
Huh.
40-hour weeks every week, huh?
Huh.
Wow. You know, another, and I meant to. That just clicked into my brain, but on a similar note, The Sound of Freedom is a movie that's out now. And,
Yes. Oh my god.
I meant to put that in the doc, but we're just gonna keep going down the political docket here.
Yeah.
But
Made
that
by a QAnon guy.
made by a QAnon adjacent person. But that's still not a good thing. Anybody who's even related to a QAnon anything is bad. They are conspiracy theorists that peddle fake things all the time and believe in bullshit, random shit.
Yeah.
But this was a whole ass movie about child trafficking, trying to make it seem. I mean, it's an issue. It is an issue, but it's not as big of an issue as they may seem, and it's not portrayed in the way that it is on the movie.
Yeah.
There's been multiple former sex trafficked children. I had to make sure I phrase that correctly. Former sex trafficked children that came out and said that were like, that's not what it's like.
Yeah.
They're like, this is fucking awful. And now you
Yeah.
have people paranoid on Twitter saying that now they're gonna go in and look at, if a toddler's screaming and crying in the grocery store, they're gonna assume that they're being child trafficked.
Yeah, it's just
Like shit like that. And it's like,
Yeah.
and then also it's funny that they also still like are having a conspiracy that the movie theaters are making unbearable to watch.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Well, they're
You
like,
told me about it.
they're like they're like the AC turned off halfway through the movie, so we were sweating our asses off, but we stayed in there. And it's like, yeah, dude, it's fucking 110 degrees out. Probably the AC stopped working because it's 110 degrees out.
They made money off of you. AMC doesn't give a shit.
They're not gonna.
They're happy they're getting money.
And then then there's people also on the left side of Twitter that also are peddling disinformation, where it's like, it was like a vial, and it was like, AMC told me to put this in the Sound of Freedom drinks. And then it was like a microscopic, like zoomed in image of like nanobots. And they're like, they're telling me to put this in the.
They wanted me to put this in the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine.
Yeah, it's like that. Only for Sound of Freedom goers.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that where it's like,
Get the Sound of Freedom super mix.
yeah.
Get them. Yeah.
Get the Sound of Freedom mug.
I want to buy Sound of Freedom merchandise.
God.
What's that? Oh, dude, Sound of Freedom. What is that? Oh, it's like a child sex trafficking movie.
That's what they're saying, and they're like, you need to post about it. Also, vote Republican. You need to post about it. This needs to be.
You gotta give.
It is. It's
literally
like that.
It's giving.
It's giving. It's giving. It's giving calico
Oh my
cut
God!
pants.
The Sound of Freedom is giving.
It's giving calico cut pants.
The first time I saw it.
You saw Sound of Freedom already?
Yeah, the first time I went to the theater and saw it, I cried, and they turned the AC off, and I was sweating and pissing.
They actually started.
locked the
They
door.
actually turned the sprinklers on and started raining during the movie.
They turned the sprinklers on, and it started doing that, and then like smoke started filling the theater, and eventually I did have to get up and walk out, and then I realized the AMC was on fire.
So, do you remember the Colorado theater shooting?
Of course.
Yeah.
The first time I saw somebody post about the Sound of Silence, Sound of Freedom.
The Sound of Silence. That's good. Yeah. Come to you again. They need to make like a dubstep remix of that.
Oh, there's definitely one out there. You guys seen the Sound of Freedom starring Art Garfunkel and Paul Simon? I think I gotta tweet that out. The first time I saw somebody post about it, it was somebody who I didn't ever expect. They're like an influencer, I guess you would consider. I know, like I did this. You didn't see me do it, but I did this. Like an influencer or whatever. And
what some would call
an influencer. And they're not
It's all disturbed.
and they're a little neurodivergent. No, they're just a little. I don't know. They're kind of a little like dumb. I would consider. Give me the drop. I don't. That sounds so bad. Is there
This
even
is
a
my
drop?
favorite genre of YouTube videos is looking up dubstep.
How
versions
old
of,
is this video?
9 years
There it is.
old.
So this person
So
who I
2014.
okay, this person who I would have never expected to post about it, but they are a little dumb. I think
Little dull.
I didn't know what it
Smooth
was
brain.
at the time, but once I found out, I was like, what the fuck? Because they were just like, people need to watch this movie. Like, don't listen to everything you've heard about it. You need to see this because child sex trafficking is a real thing that people aren't talking about.
Yeah, it's real.
And I
but
was
it's
like-
not like that though.
Yeah, and I was like, I think people are talking about it.
It's mostly like family members or friends of
Yeah.
family members that recruit. Like it's not
Right,
young children.
right.
It's like teenagers.
Right, and it's like it's definitely being talked about like everywhere. It's just
Yeah.
like, there just aren't people who are safe enough, and it turns out that there aren't a lot of families who are involved in their kids' lives and are keeping them away from terrible people, because we live in this year where people have to work their asses off to
Right.
make money
Make
to
money.
support their kids, and they don't get to spend time with their kids, and
So
then
they sell them
yada,
the
yada,
sex
yada.
trade.
Well, that too, but that's not what I was
Oh.
going with
Oh.
that. But that also it does happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still gonna go see it.
For the third time this
Oh,
weekend.
by the way, you remember how I bought tickets for Oppenheimer? They're for
Sound
the
of
Sound
Freedom.
of Silence.
They
at
actually
The Alamo Draft House.
yeah, you're right. They also kept. I moaned about the Alamo Draft House. Since I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
that.
Can I get the meat lovers pizza while I watch this child sex trafficking movie?
God, this is so good.
Oh, this movie's so good. People need to be greasy figures. People, you need to be. You need to go see the sound
Grease pouring
sound of-
down his mouth.
the sound of music.
The other thing is that people are like, the movie theater's empty, and it said that the movie theater was full. Yeah, they're like, it's like a conspiracy about everything. It's like, yeah, that's because, and they're like, is AMC buying the tickets from us? And it's like, no, it's right wing people buying the whole fucking theater because they want to jack up the movie like ratings.
Or you're just dumb and you looked at the seating chart wrong, and there was no seats bought.
Yeah,
and you
exactly,
thought they were
yeah.
all bought.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Or churches not being able to go too. There's churches that are
I
doing
wonder if
church groups.
I wonder if my church is.
You gotta ask. You gotta give.
I could ask. I could ask right now if I wanted to. I'm not
You're
going
gonna
to
go call
but
up
I
the
could.
church and be like, "Do you guys got any times for Sound of Freedom
Yeah, 2 for Sound of Freedom, please.
this Friday, please?"
This Friday. Thank you. Okay, moving on from what I was actually trying to segue into like 30 minutes ago. What
Sorry.
time is it?
We're only 27 minutes.
What
in.
time is it?
It's 9:37.
So I went on vacation. It was fine. I already talked about it.
fucking time.
Not much happened. But as I found out in Florida last time I went, there's a little grocery store called Publix. Not just in Florida.
Winn-Dixie.
There's also Winn-Dixie, but there's also
Winn-Dixie?
Publix.
This public
Dude, you want to know what I saw? The one thing I will talk about that I saw. No, I didn't see any alligators.
Gators.
First of all, I have never seen so many gas stations that I, one, couldn't pronounce, and two, had never, ever heard of. And then...
The oil trade down there is crazy, bro. You gotta give, bro. You gotta get in.
But then,
You gotta buy in.
guess what gas station I saw down there?
ZX.
They have Walmart gas stations.
They have a Walmart gas station.
That's Sam's.
Oh
Hello.
no! They have like one like out in like
Florida.
yeah. No, I'll take you to it. I'll show
Right
you.
now?
There's like a neighbor. They have like a neighborhood Walmart. like,
Yeah,
grocery
that's
store.
how this one is.
Across the street is the
Where? Just tell me where.
over
damn
by
it.
Mid Rivers. Swear to
Really?
God, yeah,
And it's a Walmart gas station.
yeah, Swear to God.
Fuck. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was
Or
like,
maybe you know what? I'll double check, but let me check.
you check that. So,
Jamie, can you pull
Jamie,
that up?
can you pull up the Walmart gas station, please? Nearest to us. And we're going to DoorDash some things from there. We're going to DoorDash a can of gas.
Yeah.
All right. Did not know that. There's things in your own backyard, kids. You just got to get out every once in a while. But at Publix, they have like a whole
A cruel amount.
a cruelly long aisle full of international foods and snacks.
Wow.
Because you remember I brought back like a bunch of candy bars when I went to visit and stay with Florida
that's
Blake.
right. That's right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as you'll know, they have a lot of that stuff.
Right.
And we found out last time. Now, Gavin, this is your gift. That you're my wafer brother.
Yeah.
You were a big wafer boy, and the candy bar we really liked was the Coffee Crisp. Oh, the camera just stopped.
Oh.
Why don't you get up and get it, and then I'll give you your present, you little bitch.
Yes, Daddy.
was the coffee crisp, and so I got you a coffee crisp. I got one. I got one for myself,
And you ate it on the way home.
no, I ate it when I got home, and I was like, "This doesn't taste as good as I remember." So not right now. Well, why don't you say it for not when we're, talking into microphones and stuff? But it was still really good. It was just not as good as I remember. Please welcome Elmo to the show. But then I saw something. Okay, so before I get these out, I want to preface this with saying that no, it's not that big of a deal. It's actually not so much not of a big of a deal. I need to give this disclaimer. We usually taste test things on the show that are interesting and kind of relevant. But sometimes there's just things that I'm like, I want to try that.
But
Like I can make, content out of it
Yeah.
for 50 people to see.
Yeah.
So this one really isn't that interesting, but maybe it will become that interesting. I don't know. But
This is a new hit thing.
but it actually
we're
is.
early.
It wasn't as funny as I thought it was, and it is kind of funnier than I thought it was. But it's barbecue Doritos from Israel. And before you ask, Gavin, they are kosher.
Why is this so funny? Why is it so funny?
It's so fucking stupid. It's so stupid. So we're gonna be trying. We're gonna be trying barbecue Doritos. We're gonna be trying
Holy shit.
Israeli barbecue Doritos.
So we're eating Zionist chips.
Yeah, and they're covered in blood of Palestinians. Every time you take a bite, you gotta say "Free Palestine."
Yeah.
Oh, product of Israel. Oh my God.
These were produced in Tel Aviv.
They got a little rocket fuel on them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! So we got those. We got these to try out. We do support Israel.
No, we don't.
Shh! Don't talk about that in front of the Doritos. Don't say that. In front
Taste
of the
sensitive,
Doritos.
dude.
So when I bought them, they were next to
They were next.
They were next to Grimace. They were next to the Japanese stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool, Japanese Doritos.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool. Japanese. That's racist. So I didn't know they were Israeli chips until I got home or back to the Airbnb.
And
then
you
I was
translated it.
And then 2 days later, I was like, where are those Doritos from? And then I was reading it, and I was like, okay, because I saw this on the back, and I was like, okay, so that's Hebrew or Arabic. And then I was like, oh, product of Israel. And then I was like, oh, they're Israeli Doritos. I was like, okay.
I don't know why it's so funny though. Because it's such a stupid fucking thing to buy.
That's the thing. It's so
now
stupid.
Now it was like, oh,
But
Carson,
it's
you should have spent your
cool.
money on it.
Because it has
Hebrew?
Doritos in Hebrew.
That's insane.
But it's also funny to me because they're barbecue flavored. And they're unless
Well, I
they
guess
taste some crazy barbecue flavoring, it's going to be the most boring thing I've ever tasted.
And it's kosher too, so maybe it
It
tastes
is.
better.
It is seriously kosher. I swear to God. About it.
It says it. It says it on the bag.
I know.
In Hebrew.
It says parv. Parv. I guess we should open them up and try them now after all that buildup. So, I always need. I don't know why I always need taste test music. I just feel like I need some sort of tunage.
I don't know why it's so funny, dude. That's so stupid.
Hopefully,
It's like this.
Oh, this should put us in the spirit. Oh wait, sorry.
Nope.
I thought it was gonna be like Shabbat music.
I could, but then it does feel anti-Semitic at that point, and it's not supposed to be. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here we go. Oh my God.
I might choke because I'll start laughing halfway through eating these.
choke.
I might choke.
All right, I'm gonna give it a smell. Okay. Interesting looking. Very.
Oh, yeah.
A lot
No,
more
that's-
yellow than I expected. Maybe there's no dye. I wonder if there's no like
Dye.
because
Yeah.
some countries can't use red. They don't use the red dye.
Yeah, because it's like illegal or like banned.
Cancer causing or
Yeah.
whatever.
Carcinogen.
Would you? You say my name?
Carcinogen.
Okay, so I'm gonna take.
You got to change your Instagram profile name to Carcinogen. You get it? Carcinogen.
Carson OBGYN.
Uh,
All right, here we go. Yeah, I mean, yep.
It's just like barbecue Lay's.
Just like the most bland barbecue flavor I've ever had in my entire life.
There's a little bit of a Hebrew taste to them.
Would you just call me?
No.
Kanye West would hate this episode.
Yeah, he would.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
well,
Yeah, it just tastes like barbecue Lay's.
yeah. But you know what? I don't know if I've ever brought this up on the show before.
You've been trying to go kosher.
Trying, it's not working too well though.
I can tell.
Welcome back to Target, where we got
Tel Aviv.
this week only 50% off all Israeli Doritos because we're free in Palestine, kids. Come on down and get your swim trunks on and get a bag of Israeli Doritos. I don't like barbecue. I don't really like barbecue sauce, but I don't like barbecue chips at all.
Now,
And
this
these are not bad.
This is gonna sound like really stupid.
Racist? Oh.
No, this is gonna sound really stupid. I don't know why, but I've always been under the impression it's okay to eat steaks with barbecue sauce.
Oh.
I don't know why. I've just always been like that's a normal thing. Not it's not like everybody in my family does it. It's like just like I'll have barbecue sauce with it because it's like
Sure.
something you put on the barbecue.
Sure.
So I'm like just put barbecue sauce with it.
Right.
But I guess it's like not a normal thing.
Well, it's the same with ketchup. Ketchup and steak.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I see that
I've done
more
it.
often than I do barbecue, but I don't think of barbecue as like this like off limits taboo thing. I don't know. Someone mentioned it to me. And I'm like, and even my family members will tease me about it. I'm like, I don't think anything of it.
Right.
I don't know. It's like not a big deal to me.
Yeah, I don't really give a fuck, and I'm like a food snob about certain things.
But like, if do you usually eat your steaks without any sauce?
Well,
It's just like it just feels like there's nothing there for me to like savor. I mean, yeah, the steak, the entire steak.
yeah,
But it's like I do like barbecue sauce with it, or like some kind of like garnish.
so in my
I mean, we do season our steaks, and we do but
I don't really eat steak very often. It's just not my thing. But I think if you have a good enough steak, you don't need to put
Yeah.
anything on it. But I've only not had good enough steak, so I've always needed something because then it's just like chewing on rubber usually. Sorry, Dad, but he knows it. So I usually have to have something with it. And I think when I was younger, I would do ranch.
really,
And I had steak last week, and I think I either ate it with nothing or maybe I was eating with ketchup. I don't think it really matters. I don't
it's
know
just like
what's
such
like
a-
normal to do. Eat
I mean, like
with
I
it.
also like chew
steak
pudding.
sauce, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking A1. Whenever I asked for A1,
Yeah.
people were like, "What are you crazy?" I'm like,
To
it's
put on steak, it's literally called steak sauce.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like,
That's the point of it.
yeah. I was like, "What's wrong with A1?"
Nothing. Yeah, these are just very bland barbecue chips.
Yeah,
They're fine. Like I don't hate it. Like I said, I don't like barbecue.
they're gluten free too.
Do you like barbecue? Come on down to Home Depot. Do you like barbecue chips?
Yeah, for the most part.
I've never found any enjoyment with barbecue
There's
chips.
these Lay's like Southern spicy barbecue chips.
Okay.
Don't get them because I want them.
Okay. Okay. I almost bought, so I don't think there's been a barbecue Dorito out until recently because now they have a tangy barbecue Dorito that just came out.
And I almost thought about buying them to like compare, but I
not
already
fair.
know those have been way better than these because these are just like so plain. So, anyways, that's our that's our taste test. Hope you guys found a lot of enjoyment out of that. I thought it was pretty funny. It ended up being way funnier than I would have ever thought it was gonna be, for some reason. Anyways, hope you enjoy your gift, Gavin. All right, these were not your gift. That's my lunch.
What the hell?
That's my lunch, asshole.
Oh, fuck me, I guess.
You got a whole coffee crisp over there that you can dig into later.
You told me, yeah, I was going to say, you just told me not to.
Because of what you're doing right now.
Which is what?
I don't think I need to answer that question.
What am I doing?
Okay, so let's quickly talk about the SAG after strike, and then we can jump into some funny clips of the week, which is our new segment. It's called Funny Clips of the Week.
I think that's not a bad idea.
All of our other like segments have very generic names, besides Gavin's Techno World, which was like a thing you came up with, and then I was like, what if it was
Techno.
like this? And then I was like, that's pretty smart.
I said, Carson, I said,
You did say that.
Like
I
that.
remember that. You texted me that. You said, and I was like, oh, okay.
yep.
I was
Happened
like,
just like that.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
this is let's get into the SAG after.
You want to get in?
I want
I
to
can
get
make
into
a call.
I want to get into the SAG.
I know some people who are in it.
I could probably talk to Biff Whiff.
All right. Wait, just throwing that around. You new friends with them or something?
He seems very accessible.
Well, I actually
There's
like,
also an actor called
Actually,
there's
work
there's
for
actually an
somewhere.
actor named Galen Howard, and I think he follows me. He was in the excuse me.
follow for follow guy.
No. He was in the Weezer Thank God for Girls video. He's
Very
like
specific.
I don't remember again, I was just a weird 14-year-old, so I was like, "Oh, this guy was in that video. I got to follow him."
Oh yeah.
So he'll like my story or like my post on occasion. So,
okay.
he was in
Sure.
Star Wars too. He was in a couple Star Wars episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I feel like he would be an easily accessible person.
Maybe. Yeah, I know some people were actually in it. So if you don't know, well, of course you know, but the writers, the WWE, the WGA went on strike
Guild of America.
a little over. Gosh, what was it? 2 months ago now.
I think it's like 70 days. somewhere
70
around there.
days. And just this past week, right? Just this
Yeah.
past week? Just
Like,
this week?
Yeah, like either Friday or
Yeah.
Friday. I think Friday it started.
Yeah. SAG-AFTRA, the Screen Actors Guild, went on strike, which they have been talking about that since the writer's strike. They were like, this is probably going to happen too. And it's the first time in over 60 years that both have been on strike at the same time.
Yeah.
And, long story short, it doesn't look like it's anytime soon.
No.
Not a ton.
SAG-AFTRA tweeted out like the proposals that the
Yeah.
studio execs wanted.
Well, and the biggest one to me, the biggest exec that spoke out against it,
Was Bob Iger.
Bob Iger, who was just
He's-
like, "You fucking dunce."
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember exactly what he said, so I don't want to misquote it, but it was like,
It was something along the lines of like, we want to go until
They lose
we're
their
okay
house.
with going until they lose their house or their apartment,
right,
which is like, what the fuck?
right,
Like, these are people that made you money.
right. And then I saw something
like that's the thing is that it's like you made money off of them,
right?
and they still made money, but you made more,
Yeah, a lot,
a lot more,
because he also owns, the entity of everything,
basically.
everything
Yeah,
Disney.
ABC, ESPN.
Well, and then you have Disney World,
Yeah.
Disneyland. Like,
Mhm.
he's not going to stop making money, so he doesn't give a fuck.
It's crazy because he just stepped back into the CEO of Disney.
Right. Well,
So
and
it's
then it
like-
was, I think it was, I want to say it was like before this happened that I saw a post saying that Bob Iger wants to slow down on making Marvel and Star Wars stuff. And I was like, well, soon he's, not going to have a choice. Like,
yeah, it's gonna stop anyway.
Right. So, it's gonna be obviously, of course. I don't. This goes without saying, but we stand with the Screen Actors Guild and their choice to do this, and 100%, and of course the WGA as well.
More so the W. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, if I had to choose,
If I had to choose one,
maybe two groups I could see myself in at some point.
yeah, probably more the Writers Guild though.
Actually, had a big audition next week, but guess I'm not going. Guess I'm not going to that because I'll be crossing the line. I'm a scab, Gavin.
Be a scab.
Um,
You could do what Connor O'Malley does, which is just message the social media
of course,
with
That's
his
like,
ideas.
Yeah, that's all I ever do. I'm up. That's why I'm never get to bed on time because I'm just up late. Just
Thinking of ideas.
hey Drake, guess what I got?
I got a big one.
I got a big one for you. Degrassi 2, the movie.
You're never gonna believe what I'm thinking of.
We're getting you back in the wheelchair, buddy.
Get back in the chair.
Get back in the chair, Drake. I was gonna say something and then I forgot. We stand with them. Fuck, I can't remember. Oh, well, I don't. This isn't what I was gonna say, but something I found out about the Screen Actors Guild that I did not know, and it made me laugh quite a bit. Is that, do you know who the president of the Screen Actors Guild is? They have a president, which I didn't even know they had a president, first of all. But do you know who the president is? I'm going to take that as a no because...
Quentin Tarantino.
No.
Damn it.
Why would it be?
I don't know. I'm just thinking because it would be like someone who like doesn't act.
It's somebody who did act. I don't know if they do so much
Was it like
anymore.
Betty White or something like that?
Well, she's dead.
Exactly. So she did act.
Well, she's not. Then I wouldn't have said who. I would have said who was the president. It is, and I'll see if
Buzz Aldrin.
Well, that's true.
RFK Jr.
It is.
Cheryl Hines.
You might not even know who this person is. Do you know who Fran Drescher is?
Absolutely fucking not.
Do you know the show The Nanny? Oh, hi.
Oh, you mean Family Guy?
No.
Nah.
You don't know the show The Nanny?
No. What year did that come out? 1970?
90s, maybe late 80s. This was a show that they would show on Nick at Night when we were kids. The Nanny Goes on Vacation.
Have you heard about this Samsung?
That's a commercial.
That's just an ad. I can't believe you pay for YouTube Music and not YouTube Premium. I can't believe that.
Shut up.
We'll talk about the Mambo contest Saturday night. Think you could keep up with me?
He's asking me to dance, son. What?
It's the black haired one, right?
Yeah.
Ah, Steve, there you
More Haagen-Dazs bars?
Oh, sure.
Why can't I get her talking?
With me having
Maybe we can help you with that. How many lines have you got?
4.
I'm just going to look at the laugh because it's making me annoyed.
Ah, good afternoon, Miss Fine.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sheffield.
That's Fran.
You know, the kids are at school. Niles is shopping. We could do it.
All right. Hi, Fran.
Hi, Max.
Yeah, I kind of like this.
Beautiful, Fran.
Ooh, over 40 and you can say it again so quick.
Ah, good.
Maybe I don't know where I'm getting that laugh from then. Maybe that's from something else that she was in, but
She's the president?
she's the president.
I thought it was like Tom Cruise, too. I was thinking Tom Cruise.
No, it's Fran Drescher's the president. French dressing.
French dressing.
Who's the president of this SAG?
French dressing.
Oh, okay, cool.
French
Anyways, so we obviously
Baron Dressel.
Graham Dressel.
Hulk.
Did you know that?
Solomon Grundy.
Did you know that Ronald Reagan?
Died?
Yeah,
Long time ago. Rest in peace, bozo.
Was
Fuck you.
was a part of
Yeah.
the Screen Actors
Yeah,
Guild and
absolutely.
like was a part of the.
Yeah, it was. Did you know he was an actor
He was a
before he
part
was
of the.
president?
He was a part of the strike.
Did you know he was? Did you know he was?
But
did
he
you know
he was
a president too?
led the strike of the Screen Actors Guild.
That's what got him elected president. I'm kind of joking, but I would not. I feel like that would not be like inaccurate to say.
Probably not. Anyways, let's start with the news guy, and then I'll let you play your clips. So Gavin sent me this.
I sent you a lot of tweets, by the way.
A lot,
I
dude.
see.
I have significantly slowed down
I can tell.
on.
No, I know. No, I know.
I have significantly slowed down on looking at our meme group chat on Instagram and looking at things that Sean sends me on TikTok and things that you send me on Twitter.
The things I send you on Twitter are funny, though.
Well, most of the things that people send me are funny. We'll say 90%. Including yours sometimes. There's a few in there that I'm
This
like...
one's good, though.
There are a lot that are great, but it's just like I've significantly slowed down on looking through all of that.
Can you give us a
And
reason why?
I don't even really know why, but it's like
Doesn't take your fancy no more.
even when I have time to do it, I'm just like
I don't want to.
I just don't. I don't know why.
Well, you really oughta.
I know because I'll miss out. I miss out on good stuff.
I sent you quite a few. I'll just stop sending you such shit. Dude.
That's not what I'm saying though, because it's like I like
stop
it.
putting a.
I like it, but it's like I don't look through it anymore for whatever reason.
It's like looking through the mail.
Especially our meme group chat. I don't look at any of that stuff. I'll still send stuff. Like
I said the ones I send you are ones that I'm just like I don't think I can send the whole group chat because it will just be you liking it. So I was like I'm just gonna send you.
I do that too. I do that with certain things. So Gavin sent me this clip of Mr. Gray Anderson, whose new piece "NATO Isn't What It Says It Is." Great title, Gray. Was published this week in New York Times. Talks about the history and functions of the alliance. So this was quote tweeted when Gavin sent it to me, and it said, "You will never believe the way this guy sounds." And I'm just gonna play it, and then yeah.
You won't believe what he sounds like. Seriously.
Well, NATO historically has claimed to be, I think.
And I'm not even going to show this clip on the screen because you can picture what this guy looks like.
Whatever your picture he looks like, that is exactly what he looks like.
It kind of looks like you.
It kind of looks like me, yeah.
With dark hair.
It would be like if I talked like this.
You should. Here we go.
No, but it sounds so fake.
This is on
Keep going.
Democracy Now!
Three things, really. The first is a collective defense organization, a military alliance. The second,
Military alliance.
an alliance of
He says alliance a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Alliance. And he always says it like an evil villain.
Yeah.
The military alliance.
values. The third, an alliance of democracies. And so to take these three claims in reverse order, it's quite clear from the history of the alliance that the democratic character of member states was open to negotiation, or perhaps observed more in the breach. Salazar's Portugal, of course, was a founding member. Greece, under the colonels, remained on good terms with the alliance. And today,
sometimes he'll talk normally, and then he'll start and then he'll start talking normally again, and then he'll add it up this, but then he'll go he'll go like a burger, and then he'll be like and then it'll be normal, and it'll be alliance.
I don't think anyone would argue that Turkey, Poland, say Hungary, are great advertisements for the sort of liberal democracy touted by the alliance commanders.
The alliance.
And on the question of values, I think much the same thing can be said. It bears mentioning, I suppose, as well, that when voters in member states or potential member states have shown signs of disapproving of membership or a lack of eagerness in enlisting in this American-led military organization, their voices have most often simply been dispensed with. On the specifically defense and security aggregating side of the equation, throughout the Cold War, NATO's claims to mount a conventional defense of Europe.
All right, I've heard it up.
I can't, dude. I can watch this whole clip and then some, and I haven't listened to one thing he said.
Me neither.
He also talks with his lips really relaxed. So the alliance is actually probably the only cause of NATO in the alliance. The Hergenbergen alliance. Oh, I love Gray Anderson. He's a professor at Yale, I believe.
With
Yale. If you could
If
be
somehow,
surprised by that.
Yeah, I was gonna say somehow that does not surprise me.
He's doing the what's the accent called? It's a thing that I've heard recently. What it's
Dirch.
no. It's like it's a type of American accent that like you would think
Uber?
of old news
The
reporters
transatlantic?
doing. Yes, exactly.
Transatlantic.
He's on. Well, that's not what it sounds like. That was
The
like
the transatlantic orchestra.
It's kind of like
it kind of sounds like this.
it's like a variation of. It's like
Yeah.
a deviation of that.
Yeah, but it's not British though.
Yeah. Are you
The-
sure? Transatlantic.
Are you sure it's not the transatlantic?
That was a lot of different accents. So anyway, shout out Gray Anderson. Tell me about these clips that you have
Okay,
because we
so-
were play the one that we were laughing about and then we'll play the new one. that I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
hear yet.
yeah.
So set it up and then
So,
I'm gonna tell you what to
the
do.
caption is: "This video is very funny with the sound off, but even funnier with the sound on." And it's a clip of Don Jr. At Turning Point Action.
And I probably will not show these on screen because there's really no reason to. It's more about the audio.
Yeah,
for
it's
all
more
of
the
these.
audio anyway. But he was in. This was live on RSBN.
Oh, that's where they show the sports.
No, that's not.
RSPN.
Yep. They were preparing for the 24 election. Reads the bottom third.
Okay.
The Chiron.
Yeah.
The Chiron.
The
Here we go.
Chiron and the Alliance.
The Alliance.
I get it. My guys, who I stayed in touch with, many of them just dear friends. They're like, hey, dude, there's no way you would have gotten away with that. I go, I know. Luckily, I don't snort cocaine. Like, it's not my thing. But when I get
That was a
cocaine,
joke.
I don't snort cocaine. Snort cocaine.
Turn it up. I need that. I
Cocaine,
need
like
it
it's not
louder.
my thing. Snort cocaine. Like, it's not my thing. Luckily, I don't snort cocaine.
So we were like snort. Probably want a cracker. Probably want some cocaine.
Luckily, I don't snort cocaine.
First of all, Don Jr., you snort coke because you don't.
That's
you
totally a
can't
normal
have-
thing. As someone who, that's definitely someone who definitely doesn't do coke would say.
And you need some, and like you don't have that kind of energy unless you're got a little nose candy.
Well, I mean, you do a really good impression of his just watching my algorithms get crushed.
I don't even know if I can do it anymore. Just sitting here watching my algorithms get crushed. I guess I did something to piss off the Instagram gods. Well, we'll see what happens.
That's what he looks like
guess-
when he's not on coke.
I guess I did something to... Oh, I know. Here we go. I guess I did something to piss off the Instagram gods. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. Just sitting here watching my algorithms get crushed. Well, I guess I did something to piss off the Instagram gods. That was a little bit better.
Yeah,
it was
that
getting
good.
there.
That was good. So,
That'll do. Cocaine.
No, luckily, I don't snort cocaine.
I like, oh, actually, this might need a visual. Show me it again. Because he kind of like snaps his
Yeah.
neck back a little
I
bit.
don't snort cocaine.
he goes,
It'll
like he
snort.
makes like an O with his mouth.
Snort cocaine. Like, it's not my thing.
So what's this next clip?
So the next clip is Jesse Waters took over Tucker Carlson's spot.
Yes. I didn't
He
know
took
that.
he took over Jesse Carlton's spot.
Now Jesse Waters is Jesse Waters, in case you don't know, is he looks like a grown up male Bratz doll. Tell me he doesn't look like a grown up male Bratz
living
doll.
Bratz doll. Living adult Bratz.
living
living
male.
adults. Bratz doll. Jesse Waters took over Tucker Carlson's spot and on Fox News at night. At night, and with it, he decided he'd kick off his new segment with having his mom call in on the segment.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, it is really good.
I can't wait.
Oh, it is so good.
I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, so Kat Abu, who works for Media Matters, who watches,
Okay.
who gets paid, she
Fan
gets
of the
paid to
show.
watch. Yeah, she gets paid to watch Fox News and like report it back to the general public.
Okay.
So she'll make TikToks and it's like, here's what you missed on Fox News this week,
Okay.
and she'll just be like, they think this, and just random, basically just saying, if your grandma or your crazy uncle hits you up about some random fucking topic, it's probably from this.
Interesting.
So
I'll have to look her up.
yeah. Anyway, so she got this saying, Jesse Waters' mom, who is a Democrat, calls in to weigh in on his first night in his 8 p.m. show.
How do we know she's a Democrat?
I don't know. Maybe it's explained in this clip, but
Okay.
We have a very special guest on the line, a Democrat, my mom.
Oh, well.
How have you... Hello there, Mom.
Jesse.
Oh, I thought she said
How
hello
have
there,
you,
sexy.
enjoyed the show
Hello there,
so far?
sexy.
I have enjoyed the show. I want to say congratulations, Honey Bun. We are so proud of you and your accomplishments, and you've worked so hard.
Please watch him.
Now let's aim to have you keep your job. And to that end,
First of all,
I do
pause
have
this right
some
now.
suggestions.
This is 1,000% scripted.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Are we on the same agreement with that?
I think his reaction was probably like, it kind of, it's definitely scripted, but that is because she does end up saying, I have a list going here.
Okay.
So it is scripted on her part.
But I'm sure
his
Fox is smart enough to have run this by them because they're coming out of a big lawsuit. Pretty big lawsuit, and I don't think they need some
It makes for good television, let me just put it this way.
For sure. Does that have her number on the bottom?
Yeah, it does. Well, actually, it says text Jesse. So if you want to text him, text
That's his personal number, actually.
286-7479. You also give away your data if you do that. But
camera stop too.
Not tumble into any conspiracy rabbit holes. We do not want to lose you, and we want no lawsuits.
Okay.
In keeping, I have a list here.
Okay.
In keeping with the Hippocratic Oath, do no harm. We need you to be kind and respectful. You yourself mentioned that humble is a stretch, so I get that. Use your voice responsibly to promote conversation that maintains a narrative thread. There really has been enough Biden bashing, and the laptop is old. Perhaps you could suggest that your people take less interest, for example, in other people's bodies, and talk about that.
I love the big iPhone next to him.
Yeah, me
How
too.
did he get that big of an iPhone, you think?
Apple got it for him.
Apple?
Apple.
Was that it? That was really it?
Yeah, there's the rest of the clip here.
Okay.
You could suggest that your people take less interest.
If I'm not showing
for
this on
example,
screen, he's standing
in
next to a
other
really big
people's
iPhone.
bodies, and talk about that.
Oh, wait. We're trying to keep other people's interests away from children's bodies. That was the point of that segment. Mom.
Wait, what did she say? Go back. I'm sorry.
Wait. People's interest away.
You could suggest that your people take less interest, for example, in other people's bodies, and talk about that.
Oh, wait. We're trying to keep other people's interests away from children's bodies. That was the point of that segment. Mom, I love you.
Wait.
I knew this was a bad idea.
Seek solutions versus fanning the flames. You could encourage that Bedminster friend of yours to return to his earlier career on television. Everyone in his audience could wear a red hat, and I'm sure the ratings would soar, although never as high, my darling, as yours on Jesse Waters Primetime. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Mom. I love you very much. And,
I love you. I'm thinking that a small dinner between 5 and 8 would be the way to go.
We gotta go, Mom. This is just like how things are at home. I love you. Bye.
Not only is it scripted, but it's also pre-recorded. Because the response time wouldn't make any sense if it was a live phone call. Because she's saying things before, like during him saying stuff, and then it's like happening. It's all. I'm
just saying
faked.
it makes for good TV.
Maybe not for the reason that they were aiming for.
Yeah.
But was she his Bedminster friend? Was she referring to Tucker? I guess.
That
was kind of a weird thing to. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, I guess she does it. I guess she's called him in a couple times before, or called into his show at least. Called in, quote.
Yeah,
but before, and it sounds like that she takes digs of Tucker pretty regularly.
She takes dicks of him.
Yeah,
dick pics.
She takes pictures of his dick.
Of his dick. That wasn't really a dig. That was just like maybe he would, if he was back, the ratings would be good.
Yeah.
if he didn't say things that he wasn't supposed to.
Not conspiracy theories.
Okay.
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 This is exactly how I thought it would go.
I like how he just starts.
Yeah. It's like
All of his actions are so weirdly
Yeah.
animated. And like placed weirdly too.
yeah. They're like, all right, now massage your
Okay.
temples. Okay, good.
Massage those temples, Jesse. We're gonna
Jesse, we're gonna need you to
Jesse. We're gonna need you to start massaging your temples.
does the SAG after stuff
Afro?
affect like news organizations?
No. Because they're not part of the Screen Actors Guild. They're not actors. They're reporters.
Okay,
I
I was
guess
just
some
curious.
of
I was
them
just curious.
might be part of the alliance, and they might also be a part of SAG, but they probably will still be doing their news jobs because those are a part of SAG. Those aren't covered under the alliance of SAG.
Then this last one.
Oh, we had another one.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was the NPC thing.
Yes, you got me feeling like a cowgirl.
Well, yeah, I
You
guess
ready
we should
this
maybe,
time?
for those who don't know, maybe we should play the clip and why we were doing that at the intro. This is why.
Yes, you got me feeling like a cowgirl. Let me ready it, huh? Hee-haw, yes, you got me feeling like a cowgirl. Let me ready it, huh? Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Ice cream so good. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Yes, yes, yes. Gang, gang.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
get the gist of it.
So she...
I just put that in there so that we had reference.
She was on TikTok Live, and all of those things she were doing were in reaction to certain
Like
donations.
tips or donations. They, instead of it being like, oh, here, they sent you $5 or 5 bits or whatever that Twitch does, or they like super chat or whatever. They send you buy TikTok coins, and then you're able to redeem those for like, depending on the
The
coin
Alliance.
amount, the alliance, for like ice cream cones. You can put a filter on the person. You could
Right.
give them a galaxy. You could give them anytime she was saying gang gang, it was because someone gave her like a GG like emote to that they were like giving her tips.
So that if
so
I
she
had to
makes
guess,
a lot of money doing that, and people found that out that she makes a lot of money doing it.
Well, and if I had to guess, it was probably during like a peak time where people were just like spamming it.
Yeah.
Because they were like, let's just let her go fucking nuts, which is what it turned into.
And
which is awesome.
I'll get into this on my whenever I do my deep dive on it, because I still do want to do a deep dive
When's
on
that
it.
gonna happen?
I mean, dude, I've been busy.
I'm fucking kidding.
But once I actually do have time and I'm like, I'm really bored, I want to write something, then I'll have this, and I have a whole bunch of pictures to back it up.
Okay.
I got so many pictures. I've taken, yeah, I can get clips, but it's really better just to explain what it is, because I'd be able to be like, oh yeah, here's what it is,
right,
and explain it in text. But yeah, but there's people like blowing up mattresses, like blowing up like air mattresses, and like blowing it up every time they get sent a donation.
That's cool.
Yeah. Stuff like that. That's pretty rampant on there. There's people, yeah. So we'll get into it later, but
yeah. And I was saying to Gavin,
I didn't really read the title of the art. I didn't really read the article, but I didn't really get into it.
Gavin and I were, because we're kind of we're laughing along with it and also poking fun at it, but I also don't want to feed into like this weird misogynistic shit that like these Twitter guys are like, fuck it, like where our country's gone, and we expect people like this to run our country. And it's like, fuck you, you stupid idiot. This person's making money. They're having fun. Who
I
gives
respect
a
the
fuck?
grind. I mean, like, shit,
Yeah.
I'd hate doing that, but it's like...
We're making fun of it because it's so weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. It can be weird, and we can respect it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be like... I don't want to be over here
actually-
like, fuck this person.
And...
Because
yeah,
Gavin hates women working.
Yeah, that's like a big thing of mine.
It's a big thing of his.
Big thing of mine.
And I think I already said some of this stuff at the beginning.
Yeah, it's just it's really bizarre that people would get mad about it, because it's like, okay.
Yeah, but it's also a really bizarre thing that they're doing.
Yeah, congrats.
So, yeah.
They're doing it.
Moving on, next door drama.
We're
That's
at-
not too bad.
110.
Not terrible. Next, is that everything, right?
Yeah.
We got through everything we were going to talk about?
Yeah, I think that's it.
The Alliance.
The Alliance.
Next door drama that we kind of talked about at the beginning of the show is a segment where we go to the infamous Nextdoor blog posting app website, which is a blog, like I said, blog posting website for your neighborhood.
a certain mile radius around you where people can just post random shit, whatever they want to, about what's going on in the neighborhood, lost dog, shit like that. And there's a lot of crazy shit on there. So every week, Gavin and I script it out, reenact it in person. And this week, our next door drama is titled How Sad. Gavin will be playing Justin, who's in an interesting situation and has no time to explain why. I will be playing Mike, who has a harsh solution. Without saying much else, here is the next door drama intro song.
Wow.
This week on Next Door Drama.
I have an injured deer stuck in my backyard and wanted to know who I need to contact about it. Its antlers are falling off and that shouldn't be happening yet. Think it may have gotten into a fight or something.
Local police. They will respectfully put it out of its misery if required.
I've seen a local officer tried to do that. Ended up having to put 5 shots into the deer's chest over the course of 10 minutes for him to finally die. Instead of 1 shot to the head or knowing where the heart is, the deer ended up... Heart is in the deer and ended up suffering it.
If you get moved today, it can be taken to Wolf Sanctuary for feeding wolves.
How sad. Ice cream's so good. Ice cream's so good. Huh. Okay.
I don't really know what to make of that. I have so many questions. Why is the deer stuck in your backyard? How did it get there? Why is it there?
If it gets stuck there, then it should be able to get unstuck, Mike.
And why do we need to call the police about a deer?
Or Justin, sorry.
In pain. And then I love the wolf sanctuary people. First of all, where the fuck around here is there a wolf sanctuary?
There's one pretty close.
Of course you would know that. I bet you'd like to read books too, don't you? Gavin was a big fan of the Warriors books.
Warrior Cats?
That's what I picture this person as being. Because every person I've known that talked about wolf sanctuaries all the time was into those books. Where is it?
It's like... no joke. It's
South.
Literally... No, it's
South
like...
City.
No.
That's South City?
No,
Are you kidding
it's
me?
like... No, this is not South City. South City is like over here.
That's still south. What's that nearest big town right there?
Eureka.
Yeah, it's not really South City. That's like the boonies.
Yeah, kind of.
No,
yeah,
that's like
it's in between like Eureka and
it's
like
probably by Wally's.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've been to that
yeah.
wolf sanctuary. Just kidding. No, I haven't. Well, egg on my face.
Yeah, pretty fucking close, dude.
You should take it to that wolf sanctuary.
I think I will. I will take a visit to the.
I think I'm gonna take my deer out there.
Oh, pride.
Another segment we do every week is called "What You're Listening To." Self-explanatory, like most of our segments are.
Ice cream's so good. Gang, gang.
I swear I just heard a Loud beep.
Gang, gang.
I think I have tinnitus setting in.
I've been new, cuh.
It's at what?
I've been new. You had tinnitus.
What was the last part there?
Cuh.
Iming.
Mm-hmm.
It's a segment every week where we recommend to each other what we're listening to, whether it's a song, an album, or sometimes even an artist if we want to get crazy. Gavin, what you listening to this week, you little bitch?
Still listening to, well, frankly, still listening to The New Abnormal by The Strokes.
That's old news.
I know, but I'm still listening to it. This week, I am listening to...
If you're not ready, you can just have... I'm all ready.
I am listening to Floor Cry's newest album, Slasher Flick.
There it is.
Came out a couple weeks ago, but I finally gave it a couple more spins.
Gave it
a couple more spins, and 100% it is certified hood classic, folks.
Donald Trump. Why's your voice shape?
Folks.
Certified hood classic, folks. Folks.
Yeah, so she's got a couple new songs on here, and they're all really good, and I enjoy listening to everything she has to put out. I think she's Canadian.
And you said it's like it feels more self-produced in a way.
Yeah. I think most of her stuff is very self-produced, but the album cover is actually incredible. It sounds like she had like a whole art team work with that. She has very good aesthetics. She has a very good like aesthetic team that I think she works with, or just some people that are really good at making set pieces or really good at setting up. Really good at art and like timepieces. Because even whenever she did a collab with DJ Poolboy, which was the Motions song, that music video is incredible. It feels like an absolute timepiece from like the mid 80s to the 90s. It's incredible, honestly, how well that she recreates it. She takes a lot of inspiration from like synth new wave stuff that came out. So very, very reminiscent of that. And nice. I really, really enjoy what she's been doing, and I really hope she still keeps with it. She is incredible, and she's up to 207,000 monthly listeners. So yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
This week, Gavin, am very, very excited about what I'm listening to. And it had to go to, it literally came out
Friday?
Almost 24 hours ago.
Oh, wow.
Almost.
Oh, yeah. You posted
23 and a half hours ago. And it is the first Harm's Way song to release in 5 years. They've not released anything in 5 years. The band Harm's Way is a hardcore band that's been around for, since like pre-2010. They've been around for a long time. I obviously have not known about them for that long. But I would say they are one of the top hardcore bands for me, in my opinion. One of the first ones that I started listening to when I started getting really into hardcore. Such a huge fan of them. And they're like, all of their shit never really gets old. I can just keep listening to their stuff. But like, it's so exciting that they have new stuff coming out. They announced it last week that they were going to be releasing something. We didn't know what. The song is, of course, called Silent Wolf. I forgot to mention that. And it's off of an album that will be coming out in September, which is even more exciting, called Common Suffering. So I cannot wait for that. And as soon as that album comes out, I'm going to be recommending it. But so exciting. Holy shit. It's such a good song. I would say it's slightly different than what they've done before, which is good. I always like change. And I kind of thought about it earlier, and I was like, Harm's Way is just one of those bands that I don't think they would release something that I wouldn't like. Doesn't mean I'll love it, but like, I just know I'll like it no matter what. And I love this. It was so good. It was fucking awesome. Super happy to have them releasing new stuff, because they're one of those bands that people just love. And I don't think they get the appreciation and recognition that they deserve. So yeah, that's what I'm listening to this week.
And I think also, I tweeted out, and I think I explained it even last week or 2 weeks ago. But it's incredible how mainstream, like the bedroom pop kind of indie music scene has kind of almost become mainstream. So many artists now that I think of as like small or not very popular, or I think I found my little niche, you know. It's like I look at the amount of listeners that they have, and it's like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. You know, I'm like, wow. Like I mean, obviously it's not like they're touring with 3 million fans showing up every show.
Sure.
But it's like, you know, it's an incredible amount of people that listen to it at least monthly around the globe. That's very fascinating to me that it's grown so quickly. I think that's also where a lot of the like curated Spotify songs and stuff like that, because you can go in a very deep rabbit hole. If you can go like to a big song, and you can be like songs that sound like this, and it's a radio, so it's like songs that are like this, and then you can find one that has a low like play, you know, low play amount, and then you can just keep going down and down and down and down. So I think that's also kind of where it came from. But huge Spotify Spotify sponsored playlists that they make, or that the algorithm makes for them, but they take credit for, are like one of Floor Kai's biggest goals was to get onto the, I think it was Lorem playlist on Spotify, and she finally got on it. I think last year, and she had tweeted in like 2016 or something like that. She really wanted to be on it. So it's like it's a big deal to get on certain playlists. On certain big playlists like that have a lot of subscribers to it, because some people would just be like, oh yeah, I know this, I know I can trust this playlist. Whoever's curating this playlist is very good at what they do, or the algorithm is, and I'm going to listen to it every time. Every time I put it on my car or put it on the background, I know that what they're going to play is going to be really good.
Right. I'm kind of similar to what you're saying, that like I'm finding that with now, I kind of mentioned this last week, diving back into rap, hip hop, R&B stuff. Well, back into like rap stuff, but like now into more hip hop and R&B stuff that I'm getting into, that like I'm finding it so fucking overwhelming.
Yeah.
Because there's like artists I know, but like I have a preconceived idea of what their music is, and I'm like, yeah, that was like this shit. Like I don't want to hear that kind of stuff. But then one of their songs comes on, and I'm like, this is really good. And then I'm like, oh, it's this artist. I like thought they were like shit, or I didn't give a fuck about them.
Dead and gone.
But then there's like so many other artists that I'm like, who the fuck are you? And then I click on their profile, and it's like a couple hundred monthly listeners, and I'm like, but their music's so good. What is going on? And I'm just
exactly.
like, I'm like, what do I even do with all it's just like so much.
And that was it's
weird.
That was also with like Johnny had posted on his story, the band I recommended I think about a month ago, or the guy On Dogs I recommended. He released a new EP recently, and I gave it a couple listens already, but I'll get into it later, but or I'll get into it, you know, in a couple weeks or whatever. But yeah, it's like that stuff is like, this fits directly into like the bedroom pop scene.
Yeah.
And it's like this, if he gets on it, all it takes is just like 1 month, or like, no joke, even just one TikTok too. Some TikTokers will be like, here's a guy that has less than 1,000 monthly listeners, and then all of a sudden they're up to like 27, 30,000 listeners.
That's how I found out about From Joy.
Yeah.
You sent me that TikTok guy talking about, you know, obscure kind of weird noise core hardcore bands, and now From Joy so far has my favorite album of the year. I mean, like, right
like
as
that.
of right now, you
there's
know.
like I think it's called this guy is always like, he's like the Born. I think it's like a radio station, a college radio station, and he'll find people and then like play their song for like 30 seconds and be like, follow them on Spotify.
So I have a radio alarm clock that I feel like I've talked about so many times on this fucking show. But
Benny and the Jets.
Yeah, that used to happen.
It
it always gets, somehow it changes stations without me even trying to change them. But for the past like month or so, it's been stuck on
the
Lindenwood's college station, which Lindenwood is a local college. Dude, they've played so many songs that I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, this is a good song. What is that? Like, I found a song that I was like, oh, this sounds like this person. And then I Shazammed it. It was like the only song this band had ever released, and there was no information about them.
Yep.
And I was like, first of all, why are they playing this? But also, it's so fucking good.
To an extent, and I know I talk about GTA a lot, but GTA had a song that was called like California Girls by Shark ?
Okay.
Shark ? is a band. And I tried looking them up, and they don't have anything else. It's like literally
Yeah.
that one song or like that one EP.
I would love to curate music for a thing like that.
Oh, absolutely. I think
because I would just find obscure shit and deep cuts from like popular
and
bands.
that's
You know what I mean?
Pharrell did it for 2K15.
Yeah.
They had Everlasting Light on there.
I don't even know what that is.
The opening track on Black Keys' Brothers album.
Oh, okay.
And 2015 me, and even now, kind of even just like, I didn't even buy that game knowing that.
Mhm.
But I bought it, and the first song came up was Everlasting Light by Black Keys came up, and I'm like, well, this is incredible. And they have it's an incredibly deep playlist too. Like, it's really good. You know what I mean? It's just like having someone notable, or even just having someone that really cares put in effort on the music that is on a video game or in a magazine or in a podcast or whatever, or even a playlist or whatever, you know, like there's a lot of really good a lot of really good things that come from it. There's nothing bad that I feel has come from someone that's curated a well done playlist.
Yeah, I would love to, you know, I have like, it's always been a weird, I guess I would say like dream or goal of mine to like curate music for something, or like get famous enough that somebody's like,
hey, can you make this for me?
Can you make a playlist for our, because there's like Aimé Leon Dore, which is a fashion brand, releases like a playlist every month or whatever that they send to their email list. And it's just like, I would love to just curate a playlist for something.
Right.
Cause like, I think that would just be so much fun to just like put a bunch of like shit on it. That's like, kind of, like some of it's weird, but it like all makes sense. And I don't know. That's just always been so much fun to me, which is why I would.
I feel like the closest thing you could get with some of the hardcore stuff you listen to would honestly be like a Thrasher-esque type of playlist.
Well, it doesn't even have to be like hardcore stuff. Like there would, you know, I just like anything. Like, I mean, I'm talking about just like weird dance stuff. You know, like anything. But
Battle
like,
Tapes would be on that playlist. I already know.
What would be?
Battle Tapes.
Yeah, exactly. Because nobody really knows Battle Tapes like
Right.
that. But anyways, that just sharing my dreams.
Guess I'm a bit of a loser.
You want to hit that?
Oh yeah. I'll figure it out one day. I haven't even thought about looking into this.
God, they need to turn that organ down upstairs.
Yeah, I know.
It's really loud.
Well, everybody, thanks for listening to the Takes All Kinds podcast, episode 124. Keep watching, keep sharing, keep listening, keep reviewing, keep sharing it on your story, keep liking and reposting it as appropriate.
What?
Carson?
We'll see you guys next week.
The vultures are waiting to pick your bones.